All right, folks, let's talk about how to pick winning stocks. You know, some people say finding a winning stock is like finding a needle in a haystack. But hey, why stop there? It's more like searching for a grain of sand on the beach while wearing mittens in a hurricane. Or better yet, like hunting for a freaking raindrop in a waterfall. Or maybe it's like finding a star in the galaxy with nothing but a flashlight and a telescope from Walmart. But what if I told you there's a better way? What if I told you I can teach anybody to pick a winning stock in less than 5 minutes? And no, you don't have to go to the beach, survive a blizzard, or even go to space. Hey folks, it's Jeremy Whaley here, founder of Trade Maestro, and people ask me all the time, it's number one question I get, Jeremy, how do I know which stock to pick? How do I know which cryptocurrency to pick? How do I know that it's gonna go up? And I wanna show you a really simple process that I teach all of my students how to pick a winning stock, how to pick a winning crypto, or you can apply it to Forex or futures or anything else that you're trading. But basically it's how do I pick a trade that's going up? And the answer breaks down to a couple simple things. Number one, first and foremost, you have to have a trade that's in a trend. If you don't have a trade that's in a trend, it's just going to sit there and it's going to do nothing with your money and you're going to be really bored and it's not going to make you any money. So you'll be really upset. Number two, the trend needs to be in the direction of the trade that you're placing. So if you're looking to place a bullish trade, meaning the trade's going up, then you need a stock or a crypto that's going up. Now, if you're really sophisticated and you're placing a bearish trade, you can make money when the trade's going down as well. But once again, you need a trend that's going down. So the number one thing is you have to have a trade that is in a trend. So how do I know that a trade is in a trend? Well, I'm going to show you a really simple technique. This is an indicator that we created. We put it into TradingView. We give it to all of our students at Trade Maestro. And I'd even give it to you too if you came over and hung out with us for a while. But I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to pick a winning trade. And I'm going to show you how to do this in less than 5 minutes. So right now what you're looking at is you're looking at my screen in TradingView, which is the charting software that we use to determine if trades are going up and down. And you're going to notice that at times it's green and at times it's red. And you will also notice when it's green, it's going up. And when it's red, it's going down. Yes, folks, it is that simple. Green is up. Red is down. Now let me show you how we put it to use here. Okay, you're going to notice there's a little red and green, what we call candlesticks here, and sometimes they're above the price, or they're above the green, sometimes they're below it. So the first principle, that's the price, by the way, the red and green is the price. So if the price is above the green, then you buy. And if it's below the green, then you get out and you sell. Okay? Number two is you want it to be green. Those are the two basic principles right there. It really is that simple. So it's red and green. If it's green and the price is above it, then you're good to buy. And you're going to ride that trend all the way through until it either the price drops below the green or until it turns red. And if it turns red, then you're going to get out. And if the price drops below the green, then you're going to get out. Let me show you how simple this really is. Take a look at the screen here, and you'll notice that right in here, it turned green and the price was above it. So if you stayed in that and you rode this little trend up, you would have made a nice little handsome profit of about $80 or $90 per share. I mean, that may not sound like much, but let's say you had 1,000 shares, that's $80,000 or $90,000. So pretty good little clip there that you made right there. And then once the price started to drop below the green, you just get out. And the reason you get out is so you avoid the pain, because you don't really know if it's going to go down big or if it's going to go down a little bit. And then it starts to get back above the price again, and you can jump back in, and maybe you jumped in and jumped out, or maybe you jumped in and you stayed in. But you'll notice that throughout this entire bullish trend, when the price was going higher, the indicator was green, 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 green. And a couple times it turned red, so you know to stay out of it during that time frame, and then you jump in when it's green. Now that might seem like a lot of work, but it's really not. This is a pretty big trend. I mean, that was over almost 2 years right there. So you're talking about 4 or 5 trades over 2 years. That's very, very little effort right there. And it doesn't take hardly any time to manage this. And by the way, how fast could you identify that this was bullish and it was going up? The answer was pretty fast. Now let's look at the bearish side over here. Look at when we got into this bearish trend. This was in 2022 when the NASDAQ sold off over 30% and most people didn't recognize it, but our indicator told us that we're going down. And so it was red the whole way down. It was red, 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 red. And as long as it's red, what do? You stay out of the trade. Now there was an opportunity right here where it turned green. So this gave us a little bit of a buy signal. And then it told us to sell over here. And you know, some people maybe made a little bit of money on it. Some people maybe broke even, but it wasn't a big loss. And it's certainly something that you can sustain. And it's a lot better than the people that held all the way through in 2022 and lost over 35%, right? Yes. So I taught you that in less than 5 minutes. In fact, I have 1:51 to spare. And now I'm going to show you that you also can do this analysis in less than 5 minutes. So how can I know that you can do this in less than 5 minutes? We're going to do it right now, okay? Take a look at the screen. I'm going to scoot it to the right, and you're going to tell me what's going on as I scoot over here. Does this look interesting to you? Look, we're above the green, and it's green. So this is a buy signal, right? Yeah, I think it's a buy signal. What do you think? Yeah, I know you think it's a buy signal. So let's stay in the trade right now. Let's say that we purchased this trade around, we'll round it up to $300 a share, and we just stay in it as long as it's green. And whoa, all the way to right there, it's about $370 a share. So that right there would have made you $70 per share. If you had 1,000 shares, that's $70,000. That's a little decent trade. I mean, you know, most of you have been okay with that. It took about 5 months. Wasn't a very long trade. One trade. We're not talking about day trading here. I mean, you could do this with day trading, but this isn't day trading. This is just, you know, intermediate term swing trading. Anybody can do it. And look how simple it is. And watch, if I just go ahead and scoot this forward, we had a little time where we sat out for a little bit and then we get back into it around $370 a share. And look, the trend just moves and then it starts to move sideways. We get a little red signals here telling us to get out. And this is one of the easiest techniques that you will ever find to pick winning trades. In fact, it's so easy. I'm going to go down the list right now and I'm going to show you how quickly you can tell if it's a good trade or not. You ready? This is Apple. Apple computer right now, based on what you just learned, is it a good trade? Well, it's above the green and it's green. So yep, it's a buy. Let's take a look at Caterpillar. I'm not saying you should buy these. I'm just saying right now, based on this chart, okay, take a look at Caterpillar. It's green and yeah, it's a good trade. Let's take a look at Netflix. It's green and it's a good trade. Let's take a look at Tesla. It's green, but look, the price is in the middle of the green. Maybe it's not time to take that trade. See how easy that was to do? Let's take a look at UPS. Oh, it's red. It just turned green. Maybe it's about to be a trend. How would you know if you need to take this trade? Well, that's the stuff I'm going to teach in my classes in terms of how you actually execute this. But look how easy it is to identify if the trade is bullish or bearish, if it's green or red. Take a look at Airbnb. It's been very bearish, very selling opportunities, a lot of downward movement. But look at the most recent price action on this. Look, it's green. This is actually a trade that we just set up on a Sunday night in our class, and people are making money on it already. Why? Because our indicators told us it was time to go. It's time to buy. Things are going up for Airbnb. At least they are for right now. Let's take a look at MGM. Maybe. Yeah, it's above the green and it's green. It's time to buy. Let's take a look at PayPal. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's an easy trade. Let's take a look at Adobe. Wait, that's different. Look, it's red. Do you want to buy Adobe when it's red? No. Based on what I just taught you, no, you don't want to do it. You see how easy this is? Anybody can do it. Take a look at Cisco. Oh, it just turned red. The answer is no. Take a look at Union Pacific. Oh, it's red. The answer is no. Folks, it is so easy to identify the trend of a stock, to identify the trend of a cryptocurrency or a Forex pair or anything else that you're trading. The key is to keep it simple, use very simple tools that will at least get you into the ballpark. And I can guarantee you, because we've been trading with this system for years, if you use this very simple system that I just shared with you, 60 to 70% of your trades are going to be winning trades in the right direction because the trend itself is already established in that direction. You say, well, how do I close the gap? How do I make it better? You'll learn to be a trader. And that's the stuff that we teach you at Trade Maestro. So if you're interested in learning to manage your own trades, identify trends very quickly so that you can really manage the trade and do the fun part of trading, well, come over to Trade Maestro, check it out. Let me teach you how to trade. Let me teach you how to identify the trend, how to apply a winning strategy. And most importantly, it sounds boring, how do you manage the risk? How do you make sure that you're not going to go broke? Well, if you want to learn all that stuff, come over and visit me at Trade Maestro, all right? Until next time, happy trading. We'll talk to you soon.